Welcome to Dr. Walls and Friends here on the Sisters in Harmony Network. We are live in St. Lucia at the Blue St. Lucia in the Rodney Bay section of the island. And I'm sitting here with international recording songstress, Miss Claudia Edwards. How are you doing?
I'm good.
And you are fresh off of a plane right now.
Yes, just came in from Dominica.
Yes. And you're fresh off of a tour from Thailand.
Yeah. So it's been quite a busy year for me so far. Thailand was amazing, and we were in Dominica, as I just said.
Yes.
We were on a songwriters workshop, so that also was amazing. I learned so much. It's nice to come together with other people.
Yes.
And just when ideas flow, you're like, I never thought of that, you know. So it was really an amazing experience for me.
So now many people obviously on the island know exactly who you are.
Right.
And we had the opportunity to see you perform, I think it was last Tuesday when we got in.
Last Tuesday, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was wonderful. So now, when did you know that singing was your passion, your purpose in life?
You know, when you're young, I was a little girl and went to church.
Yes.
And I always wanted to sing, so I'd go on stage and sing, and everybody would like, you know, in church it doesn't matter if you're good or bad.
It does not. Right.
So I kept doing it, and they said, do you want to sing today, Claudia? I was like, yeah. So I kept singing, and my dad played a lot of music, mostly country and western music at home.
Yes.
So I sang all the time, and people said, you should sing country and western. Because everybody knows what you should do. You know? So that's where I appreciated music, and went to high school, sang at assemblies, and continued singing in church, in weddings, at funerals. And, you know, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. And so what did you do? I think it's important for people to understand many times the journey. Sometimes when people see people living their passion and purpose, it looks effortless.
Right.
And they don't know the effort that goes on behind the scenes.
Like the struggle, yeah.
Yes.
It is really a struggle. I mean, it's a chance that you take, because I had a day job, and I had to travel a lot for performances.
Yes.
And it didn't always come, but when it came, I wanted to be able to take those opportunities. So I had to make the decision. I either kept my day job or decide to just go full steam ahead into music.
Yes.
And I chose to go into music because I think I don't want to regret it later on in life.
Yeah.
And it's been challenging. There are times when you go through and you don't get anything, and there are times that it just comes, and you have to choose between two things, you know. But it does have its challenges. I get a lot of no's, but I still get yeses.
That's
you know?
right.
So
that's right.
It's a balance, and I've learned not to be upset or feel or take it personal when somebody says no.
Yeah.
Because it is obvious that you will get some no's.
Yeah. You know, and it's so funny. I had an opportunity to speak to Francesca Solomon from, I'm blanking on the radio station at the moment, Heat.
Okay.
And so she was saying, we were talking about that idea of receiving no's, that many times we don't mind telling people no.
Right.
But when we receive a no, it's like,
we can't take it.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It's hard sometimes to hear no, especially if it's something you really want.
Yes.
You know? But you just keep going at it. I've gotten no's for some festivals that I really want to do, and I keep getting no's, but I don't stop asking.
Exactly.
So maybe one day they'll say yes.
And that's a good point.
Yeah.
That to continue to ask.
You continue.
I was saying at our workshop that we had on Friday that there was a phrase that came out that was push for your purpose.
Right.
And how would you say that phrase applied or has applied to your life?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I love that. Push for your purpose. You gotta move full steam ahead. You gotta push, because for me, I mean, every gig that I'm on, I'm thinking of what am I gonna do after this, and I keep moving forward, and to get to that goal, I have to work hard. I have to push. I have to go through avenues. I have to try convincing people. You know, it's a continuous push. And if I don't push, then I stay where I am, and that's not where I want to be.
Ooh, yes. We're going to take a pause on that and come back to talk about where do you want to be? Where are you pushing to get to? Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly on Dr. Walls and Friends. Rescue me.
just don't know how I'm gonna find my way back home. But I'm shouting so desperately, if someone could just hear me, anybody could rescue me, set me free, set me free, set me free. Someone that I'm broken and need you to love me, rescue me, rescue me. Won't you come and rescue me? I just need you to
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends, and we are here with international recording artist Claudia Edwards, and we were just talking about pushing for your purpose. And you were talking about how you continue to push to get to where you want to be. So now you have, tell the people about the albums that you have out and what's coming up for you.
I've released 3 albums to date. My last album is called Mic Check. I had a couple of compilations on there, including one with Beanie Man. My music has grown, my voice has changed, and I think for me that's most important, that I get better.
Yes.
And I don't think there's ever a point where I'm at my best, because I think there's always room for growth and improvement.
Yes.
So for me, the 3 albums that I've done, I'm working presently on more music, and I'm expecting that next album to be even better.
Okay. And so where do you want to go? Where have you been able to see into the future, so to speak?
You know, everybody wants to be a star.
Yeah.
And for me, at this point in my life, I mean, when I was younger, yeah, I wanted to be the star. I wanted to be in Hollywood,
Okay.
you know, and all that stuff. But I've grown to understand what I want as a person. I've grown to know more about me.
Yes.
And what I want most is to be able to wake up every single morning or every weekend and say, I'm going to perform.
Okay.
I just want to be on stage. I want to work at my craft. And I know the more I do it, the better I get at it.
Yes.
So for me, what I look forward to in the future for myself is performing more around the world.
Yes.
And not necessarily being the star. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It's one thing to, some people want to be a household name.
Right.
And
right.
that's really their
Right.
passion.
Right.
They want everybody to know who they are when they're walking down the street.
Right.
And it doesn't even have to do with talent.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just know my name and give me the perks of knowing
Right.
my name.
Right. Make me feel important.
Right.
Right.
But whereas you're saying you really get a joy and you have a passion for the performance
For the
of
performance of it. And I've learned that I have improved so much because of, especially my stint in Thailand, because I performed so much. My voice got stronger.
Yes.
My stage presence changed. I got more confident. You know, my rapport with musicians, the way I relate to
Yes.
other musicians has changed. I mean, a lot. My repertoire has improved. So for me, these are so important.
Yes.
These are more important than people knowing who I am.
Yes.
It's important that I'm on stage and I'm performing. This is what I love.
And what I hear is that you are performing to your best ability, knowing that it's going to continue to improve.
Exactly. And people say to me, "Oh my God, you sound so good now." I say thank you, but in my mind, I know there's still so much room for improvement.
Yeah.
And when I look back at things that I do, I like, I don't know about that.
Right,
you know?
right. Somebody pull it off of you too fast.
Right. And you can be so critical of your own self. I think you're the best judge of yourself.
It's the truth.
So.
Now, your voice is very unique. How would you describe it for people who haven't heard you yet?
It's like I speak. I have a deep rasp voice, and because you say that, and it's funny because I have a friend. She has a daughter, and I put out this new song, and the mother didn't even know, and the daughter gets in the car. "Oh my God, Mommy, it's Claudia! She did that song for me." It's just crazy. But the thing is, she figured out it was me.
Yes.
Because of the uniqueness of my tone.
Yes.
In St. Lucia, I'm not saying that I have that. I'm doing with that tone in the world, but I'm saying in St. Lucia, they know my tone. And when you hear a song, you know it's Claudia. And which is why when I'm in studio as well, I don't want all the auto-tuning and all of that stuff. I don't want it. And I want when I sing, people know it's the same song you heard on the radio.
That's right.
I don't want to be fabricated. I just want to be me.
That's right. And that it's interesting you say that because that came up with several people who were watching some of the artists at Jazz.
Okay.
And we were talking about just artists in the industry and those who have been manufactured.
Right.
And when you hear them live, it's like, who's that?
What? Oh,
what's
going on here?
And that's exactly what you said. What's going on? Now, what happened? Where's this sound? And where's that note? And then you have those who are authentic performers.
Exactly.
And like you said, when you hear them perform live, when you hear them on CD, it's exactly the same.
Same person.
It's the same.
So that's important to me as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So now going forward, what are you thinking? Any performances coming up?
Well, Jazz is just closing up.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to going back to Asia. Not necessarily Thailand. I did get an offer for Thailand, but I'm looking at Hong Kong maybe this time around. But definitely from September, looking to go back to Asia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Any idea how long that might be?
It's 3 months.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yes, explain to the people what that face was for.
3 can turn to 4 to 5 to 6, yes. Yeah, that's why I tell young people, while you're young, take the opportunities, just go for it, don't stop, because when you get older, you have responsibilities, and it gets a little harder.
That's right.
And you have to think of a lot of things before you actually take a gig.
Yeah.
So while you're young, take the opportunities.
I think that's great advice. And that's something I tell people, take advantage of your advantages.
Yes. Definitely.
And I know even when I chose to go back to school at the time that I did, I was not expecting to become a doctor so early in my life.
Wow.
But when it came down to it, I was not married. I did not have any children.
Exactly.
So I didn't have to worry about the light having to go off at a certain time or people waking up at a certain time. I could read from midnight until 5 a.m. and not disturb anybody else's life.
Right.
Makes
sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, I was in music already, and then I decided to go back to school because I had a lot of challenges. And a lot of people said, "Why did you leave? Because you're becoming so popular and everything." But I do believe in an education.
Yes.
And I tell young people all the time, everybody wants to be a star, but you need to be educated. What if it doesn't work out? Also, you have to read contracts. You have to understand them.
That's
There's
right.
a business aspect to everything that you want to do. And if you're not able to understand that, then you could be cheated out of what you really deserve.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Such a good point, and such good information for those who are interested in being in the business and sustaining themselves in the business.
Exactly.
So now for people to find out more about you, is there a website that they can go to, and how can they purchase your albums?
My albums are available on Amazon.
Okay.
You could get that there, Claudia Edward. CD Baby as well. I am on Facebook and Twitter, Claudia Edward, Claudia the Artist. My website is under construction, but it's www.claudiaedward.com.
Okay.
So you can get all the information you need there as to where I'm performing, what I'm doing, everything about
All
me.
right.
Yes.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for taking this time
It's
with us.
been amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we have to release her, even though you know this conversation will go on longer. She's getting ready to go perform down at the jam session at the Fire Grill.
Yes.
So we're going to go down and catch her in action. And we'll be back later on Dr. Walls and Friends.